This is bigger. This is bigger than the school. This is bigger than the family. As a responsibility for us as schools and as districts to be able to recognize when there's a sense that outside resources might be available or helpful, and be able to tap families into that.
I was 13 when all of this happened. And at that time, by the time I actually brought it out into the open, I had tried to kill myself 5 times between the ages of 10 and 13 and had not talked to anybody about it. I didn't know what was going on with me. I didn't know why I felt that way. All I knew is that I just didn't really want to be in the world anymore. That's what prompted me to go to see Brenda, who was my middle school guidance counselor. It gave me the courage to write my parents a letter after the very last attempt.
That's when I called Brenda and said, here's the letter I got, what do I do? And she said, that's when you went and got her out of class, called my husband, we took her where Brenda said to take her, and they admitted her, and I thank God because, like she said, I don't know what would have happened if she didn't ask for the help that she needed.
So when I get that information about when we talked,
Yep.
typically what happens is most parents will say, please tell the team what my child's going through. Not in grand detail, but
Right.
you know that it's an emotional crisis. And then usually when the students come back, we would come up with a plan when we know they're coming back. In recent years, it's far more difficult because kids are in and out of treatment so quickly that we don't often know that they're coming back.
We brought in coordinators, teachers, the parents, so that everybody had that voice in it.
I think it was important for the school to have a really good understanding of some of the coping skills and interventions that we were working on with this patient, to be able to communicate that directly with the school staff and figure out, what would work in this setting and what wouldn't work in this setting. I think being able to do that directly is extremely helpful, because I think it's difficult for parents to hear that in a family session and take all of that and then try and explain that and educate the school staff on how to do those and even remember all of those things. Or if things won't work, then how can we just tweak them a little bit to make them work? So getting everybody together, which we did several times, came together with the family and the school staff and myself.
All of the therapists I was seeing there were communicating with Brenda, the school, and my parents. And to have all of these people kind of in your corner, it's pretty amazing.
Oftentimes we will have parents in a school office along with a principal or a social worker or a psychologist calling our admissions department to help through that initial screening process. Because again, a lot of times the information that school can provide can be very beneficial in helping to understand the whole picture of what's going on with a child. The staff will help to facilitate getting releases of information for outpatient providers, school, other people that families might want to have input in the treatment of our patients. I know that it's important for our staff to understand what's going on in a school setting, because there's usually issues there that need to be addressed. There might be triggers there that we need to get a better understanding of, that may be affecting them not just in school but also in the home or in the community.
In general, when it comes to IEPs and 504s, it can be very scary and overwhelming. And I think it's one of those situations where families sometimes feel like they is this something that they should know or they should be familiar with, or this paperwork is, just like they should know what to do with it and it should all make sense, but it is Greek. And so take the time that you need to go through that information and talk to the people and ask questions, either at the meeting or before the meeting or during the meeting.
To have that support and to have staff and faculty and administrators and whomever aware of what's going on and saying, okay, we need to support this child. While I didn't know it at the time, it literally saved my life.